Welcome to Ravenhearst. My name's Dandelion Games, and I'm going to be making a kind of a guide playthrough of how to get going on this mod, as well as mostly give me a chance to practice video editing and stuff so I can help my daughter with her stuff and do promotional stuff for any games that I happen to create, should I ever, get one released. So the first thing we're going to have to do is create a world. We're going to do a random world generation. There is a Navigain Ravenhearst, which might be your way to go if you have a lower end computer, but personally I like the more densely populated cities that random world generation gives us, and we're going to do 8K because if we don't, we may end up having some biomes missing from the edges of the map, which happened to me on my last game playing. An 8K map will probably take about 20 minutes to generate, and then about 6 minutes to load your game. So expect this to take a little while. I think the recommended difficulty of Ravenhearst is Nomad, so we went ahead and did that. I set the day length to 20 instead of the default 18, partially just because, hey, we can, and because it means less time staring into the darkness while we're cowering in the corner of a house or wherever we're camped, probably a rooftop, because we tend to be less visible on those. Drop on death is nothing because that's just kind of an inconvenience as far as I'm concerned. I mean, if I'm permadeath until I die, and at which point I don't want to have to go chase down my bag. Might have to go chase down a vehicle, but there's enough punishment in Ravenhearst for dying as is. The next thing is the Blood Moon count has been set to 16 enemies. That's probably also the recommendation for the amount to have. That's enough to completely wreck you if you're not prepared, but not an impossible to defend amount. I haven't marked airdrops on just because, why not? It probably doesn't matter. I don't specifically really go after them a whole lot, other than on days where I've got a little bit of time left in the day, but nothing really to do. Can't go start some big mission. We got Ravenhearst. Max zombies 100 is the kind of the default. City multiplier 3 times. Now there's already going to be a ton of zombies, and especially when you go into a city, you're just going to have waves of the things just running at you. But this just makes it even worse. So, do this if you want. You get more experience and stuff, and you got more things to do, but it also means you can get interrupted while you're doing quests fairly often. I like to have show fetch items on the compass and show distance indicator. And zombie rage is one of those things where it's kind of annoying. I usually play with it on because I play single player. I would definitely turn it off if you were doing multiplayer. A zombie sight range 10 meters plus 10 meters is just so that zombies aren't completely unable to see you in the dark, which yeah, it's no fun having zombies in the dark in this mod, at least until you get a light and a good weapon. And then I've set the wandering horde frequency to be 2 to 14 hours, which means I'm going to get interrupted a lot, and the hordes are going to be massive. And depending on what you're clearing out or what you're doing, that could be free experience points, or it could be a terrible dog horde in the middle of your tier 1 quest that has no business having a whole 30 dogs or whatever come running up into you, especially if it's those little armored puppies. They're great when you're at home and it's like, oh, free meat, but they're terrible when you're not. Alright, so it's going to take about 20 minutes to generate the world, and then 6 minutes to load it, and I'm just going to go ahead and skip all that for you. Okay, here we go. I've spent the time to generate the world, and we skipped the first 2 little story things that pop up. They are a little bit customized for this mod, so when you make your own game, you might want to read them real quick. Something about Macasim or Makesim and biker gangs, Anyway, so let's get to punching some grass and also some cotton. That's one of the first things you'll run into with this mod is you're going to spend a lot of time punching a lot of grass and a lot more time making fiber cordage. Got some buildings over there. That's always good. Nice to start by the city. Now in this mod, the city is going to be just packed full of zombies. They spawn constantly. You're trying to go down the road, you're bonking zombies left and right, you're not making any progress. It's especially bad on day one. Not because of the mod, just because of the way the mechanics and the game work. It's like it doesn't know how to spread the zombies out very good until your world's kind of been going a little bit. But let's see if we can find enough cotton to get our bedroll. We want to get through our starting quests as quickly as we can, because well, we don't want to have a whole pile of zombies crawling around as we're doing our quests. It makes some of them a lot harder, especially the ones that you have to do a craft completion, which is quite a lot of them. Cotton? Cotton? Any cotton? So the cotton. Aha, I see some cotton in the distance. Now, one of the fun things about this mod is there's a very good chance it's going to kill you. It's not necessarily that it's more like the zombies aren't strictly speaking any more dangerous than the regular zombies, at least early on, but critical injuries do tend to be very critical if you can't treat them right away. And there are a few things that we can do to help with that once we get started up a little bit. Cotton. Need a little more cotton. The other thing is, of course, food and water become kind of critical, especially water. If you don't have enough water, it affects your stamina, and if you don't have enough stamina, everything becomes terrible. Alright. Trying to avoid going too far away from where we spawned in, because we could trigger the zombies to start spawning. But since I'm not seeing much cotton in that area, we're gonna have to do a little bit. Okay. Alright, one last cotton somewhere. Where are you at? Oh, there we go. Here we go. Cotton. Alright, so now let's get our fiber cordage going. It says we need 5 pieces. We only craft what we need at this point, because even though we'll use a bunch of cordage, we have to do quests that say to craft it, which means we'll want to wait to craft it until we're going to actually get credit for it. Alright, Barradin, Eric's stuff. Probably going to want to go over in that general direction. Wherever that building is might be where we get on the roof and call home for a while. Alright, so here we go again. Time to craft some cordage, which we'll be doing a lot of. Of course, this is to craft a personal workbench, which is required to do a lot of the crafting in the game. So, at least early on, even though you have very limited inventory space, you'll want to be carrying this around. Now, while that's making, we're going to just do some more punching of the grass and get some more sticks from these things, and pick up a few more rocks, because we don't want to have to be hunting for those too much while we're getting these next steps done. Alright, this is our personal crafting station. It's like a workbench, but only for the more basic stuff. And we need more cordage, so... Oh, and now you can craft these in your inventory, and you'd get credit for them, but the next step of this, which is to make the tool head, you have to do here. And this is a recipe you'll use just a whole lot. Alright, get that in my inventory. That in my inventory. And now it's like 5 steps to get to a stone axe. And in this mod they have a limited durability, so you'll definitely be making another one pretty soon. Now one of my little secret pro tips is I use this stone axe to chop grass and trees and stuff that you might normally just punch, because, you know, why wear out the tool? Well, you get construction action skill experience by doing by cutting the grass with it, and it's actually a little bit faster. So I do it to get my construction skill up, which is a useful skill throughout the game, because it'll also affect your crafted armor, and the amount of damage your armor takes when you repair it will be affected by it as well. So it's good to get that up as much as possible. Alright, so now we need to get our logs. We get 2 wood for each wood log. So I'm just going to make the 10 right now. And we can do the sticks in our inventory, so actually we're just going to go ahead and do that. Then we'll make the sticks right here. Of course I already have a bunch of sticks, but we need to craft them to get credit. So that's what we'll do. Now, if you craft in a workbench and you don't keep it open and you have a crafting quest, you won't get credit for it. So you either have to keep the workbench open, or in cases like this, I crafted in my hands as much as possible. Nope. This is why we didn't want to do all that right away. We want to stone. Oh, I didn't. Oh, alright. Ran out of rocks. Alright, so now we get our... Oh. Alright, well I'll have to gather some stone here, but that won't actually... Wait, whoa. Man. Alright, well, this is going to be silly. I got a little bit ahead of doing the quest, so I used my stones before I had enough to get the quest credit. But it's not that big of a deal. We'll just make a pick, go get some rocks from the rock over here, because that'll be a lot quicker than running around the ground and find them. And then we'll come back and we'll make an extra pick just because. Alright. Also, let's get this off of our inventory and add a whole bunch of other stuff to it. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause. I like to get my hotbar set up right away with stuff. Now we have a class selection here, and that's not critical to the game, but it's very helpful starting out if you have a class that is you know, a melee class. And the best 2 melee classes are going to be Blunt, because you can craft a wooden club anywhere, or Blade, because it just takes almost no stamina and you can cause bleed damage and hit a zombie and run away. And you know, if you like that play style, it's a good safe way. Of course, the other thing is, when you do a class quest, you're going to get a pretty good quality starting weapon and a book of skills that'll let you start with 15 skill points, which means everything you craft after that are in that class is going to start off higher than you would otherwise. Oh yeah. Well, get over here and get some extra rocks. Now, sorry. Now, even though I was already done these steps, I'm going to have to do it again. We're going to need 4 of this. You probably want to memorize 4 cordage, 4 sharp rocks. That's what you need to make a stone axe or a stone pickaxe. A stone shovel actually costs 1 more cordage, so you'd have 5 cordage, and I think you don't have to make sharp stones for that. Alright. Do this to get our quest credit. I'm just going to leave that there so I don't have to carry an extra one because we have a limited space. Alright, come over here and kill this rock off. We're getting pretty close to the end of the initial quest, journal quests. I mean, there's a few more things we're going to have to craft, but just pick up that. It's basically free. Free rocks. I'm just doing that since my stamina has wore out. We can't hit, so we might as well just pick up from around. Alright, I like to clear the rock completely, even though I don't have to. Alright, get us some cordage going. Now this is one of those examples where if you've triggered the zombies, this part can get kind of annoying because you need to do this next step in the bench. Just gonna craft some clothes. And they don't take that long to craft, but when you got zombies coming at you, and this is a craft quest, it can become a problem because you don't want to close your crafting station while you're in there. Alright, so here's what I was saying about the, because I have the skill points in blunt weapon, because I took this as a class, now I get a better club than I would have otherwise. Now we have 2 clubs, and just like other tools, we're going to be going through those pretty crazy. So, alright, now we're going to make a bow, which I'll probably just leave in the crafting station, because personally, I really just don't like the bows. They're pretty good at stealth damage, and you know, they're not terrible. There's even a class for it which has a pretty nice endgame weapon, but I just don't find it worth the bother. I'd rather go melee on everything. And one exception, of course, if we get to Horde Knight and we don't really have a ranged weapon, then that makes a lot more sense. Sticks. Oh, I can craft sticks. What am I doing here? I've got plenty of ability, so we get 3 sticks per craft, so I'm going to craft 8 to get 24, but we have to get that last stick. Alright. Arrow shafts are going to give me 2 arrow shafts per craft, and same with the small stone arrowheads. So we only have to get that many, get our cordage, because if we go to the next step without doing that, we won't get credit. Alright, craft a primitive bow, and craft some stone arrows. Oop, did I? Okay, yeah, you get 1 arrow per those things. Alright, so that can live there, and now on to the most important stuff. In Ravenhearst, storage is actually kind of an important part of your progression. Oop, did I just spawn a bunch of zombies? I don't know if it was this building or something else. So it says trash bags, but these also count as trash bags. So we're going to go ahead and we need 3 of these to get going. And just like the cotton, this is one of those things that a lot of times will cause you to go a little far and have a zombie spawn in. So, alright, I don't see any other bags right there, but I do know that on the road there was one that I looted earlier, so that'll get us what we need to get that quest going, and we'll start heading to the trader pretty much right after that. If I can remember where I saw it. There it is. It was a little further than I thought. Alright, so now we can go make ourselves a trash bag that'll let us store some stuff. You can use the ones we picked up, but they're smaller than a combined one. I think they give you about 4 storage each. So you'd have 12 total storage and 4 little bags, but it would be pretty annoying. But this one I think gives us 16, so we got to place it. That gets us to the next quest, and now we can get rid of a bunch of stuff. We don't really need to carry this stuff right now, so putting it in here for safekeeping. We'll need it for, we'll need all this stuff eventually. Coal's going to be our next thing, so this isn't part of the quest line, but we can go ahead and make a handful of berries since we managed to pick up those, and got the same thing going with this, a handful of nuts. You get a little more out of it when you make a handful of them instead of just one. So now we need to go get some bent nails, and basically we do that by going out and attacking buildings, fences, chairs, anything like that is a pretty good source of nails. Alright, yeah, here's a little bit of debris. These are usually worth about 2 nails. Got 2 already. 3? Huh? Ooh, could have gotten all the way. Now, ooh, here's some chairs. Chairs are also a good source. Since I can get these without having to go inside and fight any zombies, I'm just going to get a few extra so I can make a little more. Alright. Just the bear den. Totally a safe place to go. Alright. It's getting a little bit later in the day, and we'll probably have zombies start to spawn pretty soon here, but we've made pretty good progress. Alright, so we get our nails. We're going to make all of those. Oh, if we had got just one more, we could have gotten a 3rd frame. But let's get this food. Now, a fun little feature is Ravenhearst doesn't let you use storage that's already existing in the world. It's only storage that you craft and place. So I can't actually put anything up in this workbench, even though it's actually my own workbench. Alright, so got that. Get us some wood frame blocks. Ooh. I shouldn't leave the crafting station while I'm in there. Save these screws for later. A trash bag for later. I'm going to be picking up all the trash for a while anyway. Alright. Put this frame here. That looks really weird. Alright, at least that one came up. Alright, last step of the opening quests. After this we get our sweet skill points, which will make it so much easier fighting zombies once we get those first 4 skill points. I'm going to just put them into strength and sexual T-Rex, because that's, I mean, it's kind of a requirement. Let's see, our trader's pretty far. Oh, that place, that's a death trap. Gonna want to figure out where we're gonna stay. There's a chance there's actually a trader in this town, and it just sent me to a further trader because the game's weird that way. So we're gonna figure out what place we're gonna put down some roots, because we don't want to travel too far for that. I do want to get access to a trader really early on, because doing quests is pretty good way to make money, get some experience, gives you an excuse for raiding particular places. Alright, here we go. Time for some zombies. Now, in vanilla, you really only spend a small amount of time working off of clubs. It's like as soon as you find a gun, you'll have enough ammo, you never have to worry about it again. Alright, here comes the fun. Zombies everywhere. So we're gonna keep doing a couple of things at this point. One of them is every time I see a piece of trash on the side of the road, I'm gonna get it, because we're gonna need some storage. And that's pretty much the easiest storage we can get until we reach the point of being able to make nails out of a forge and find a table saw. Alright, so we got a big grocery store there, which is a tier 5. I can see the smoke coming out. If you go into a tier 5 area without a hazmat suit, you're going to be sad. And so let's go into Eric's here. We're going to gather up these nails, basically. Oh, I know there's some fun in here. A little special something in this mod. These resource stacks are pretty much worthless. This is probably not going to be much of a bag since we're level 1, but we'll take it. Pipe bombs? I might find a use for those. At first Horde night, I'm probably not going to have the greatest of weapons. I forgot. Got my skill points. Definitely want to spend them right away. Because otherwise we'll be constantly running out of stamina. Which could even be a problem still if we happen to get a little too thirsty. Now, trash bags aren't the only storage you can do something with. Let's go ahead and grab that. Just going to put it in our inventory. And just go ahead and take it over back to our little starting area. Alright, so we're only got a... We got the music playing, so there's probably a third zombie somewhere, but... Time to get busy bonking zombies. Oh, it's so satisfying when you get to kill them in one shot. Now, if I get the opportunity, I should be killing that rabbit, but until I actually have a way to cook it, it just doesn't matter to me. Alright, so we clear up a little inventory space, so we're gonna get this bag down on the ground and throw that in there. We're not gonna use that right now. We might use that pretty quick though. Now I'm using my not nearly as good club because these guys aren't particularly dangerous, and every time you repair something it's going to take some damage, and I would like to actually be able to use that other club with mods. So and we can do that at 200. So we can make another trash bag, so that's what we're going to do, just to have more storage. Let's see if we got anything extra. We're just going to put nails there. I'm not going to be punching grass for a while, so those aren't going to reach things. This is a super important pen, don't lose it. And this is a class selection, which I'm going to save for now, because which class you choose is going to be potentially very helpful if you make a... Whoa, oh, the rabbit scared me. If you make a mistake, get infected, or have a broken bone, those can be pretty terrible early game. So picking the medic class right then is a huge help. You know, the other thing is, of course, starving or dehydration are also pretty serious issues. So if you kind of find yourself stuck with that before you get to the point of being able to get liquids easy, then picking the chef class is a pretty good way to get a couple of good recipes for that, as well as some free food and water. So that's kind of like a get out of jail free card for if something goes terribly wrong. So I don't like to use it right away. Some people really like to go with the mining because that'll give you a pretty good iron pickaxe, which is nice to have, but since you build your skill up more based on having a lot of swings with the pickaxe on, you know, anything, you know, rocks or whatever, then for me it makes more sense to just stick to that stone pickaxe, except if I find an iron node or something, I would use the iron pickaxe for that. But most likely I'm gonna get infected or have something come along and break my leg, and I'll probably end up taking the medical class to get some free medical supplies and schematics that are related to that. Zombies are getting awful angry, but one of the great things about the club is as long as you hit them in the head, it kind of stuns them a little bit, knocks them back, and then will knock them down eventually. So I'm just trying to explore a little bit, see if there's a good place to call home. Oh, is that a Bell's Bakery? Bell's Bakery is a pretty good little home. I'm pretty sure that it can withstand a horde night all on its own. Alright, so we got some books, and at this stage of the game they're just pretty much sources of paper, so you just scrap them, and I think if you use them you'll get a little bit of experience, but the paper will be more important for now, and it's really a small amount of experience. Okay, I just completed some kind of quest, or I got some kind of progress, I don't know what, but I heard the click of it. Taming stick. Okay, he's tame. Now, if you're thinking, geez, that's a lot of zombies, welcome to Ravenhearst, but also this is what happens when you put the 3 times city spawn on. Oh no. As long as you keep hitting them in the heads, everything's going to be alright, but if you keep missing their head, then you're going to be sad. It's getting pretty late, so I'm going to need to... Oh. I don't know if I can clear Bell's Bakery quick enough at the rate I'm going. Looks like a I might just want to make sure to get a couple of frames and just frame up onto the roof of the bear den. I think that'll be safe. There's no easy way up for the zombies, and it's high enough that they probably won't be able to see me on the roof. But we definitely don't want to be outside at night. This is actually potentially an okay place. It's got a little chapel tower that might be a good hiding spot. Oh, I forgot to pay attention to that. Alright, mid-combat weapon recreation. Here we go. It's not as important to repair these early clubs anyway. I mean, the wood club is almost the same to create as it is to craft, or to repair. And repairing it would have knocked its durability, you know, it would have gone down to a quality 27, or it would have lost 100 points of quality. And been slightly less good, so I mean, it's probably better to just do it. I got a cabin that could have a workbench in it. Alright. These guys are big and beefy, and for whatever reason, Alpha 19.4 has them wandering off and attacking walls for no good reason. Alright. The zombie spawns have calmed down just a little bit. And of course, like I said, I got 4 hours to find a safe place. Get something good here. I don't know what I wanted, but nails would have been pretty nice. Got some glue. I'm going to go into this cabin right now, and we're not going to go after that house. Alright. That's a nice roof there. Let's go ahead and collect some more look at you. I was gonna run down that pig, but instead we're gonna get over here to the bear den. We're gonna take out some more railing and get a few more nails, and then we're gonna use that to get on top of that building over there. Oh, I forgot, those are metal rails. Those are useless for our cause. My stone axe is getting pretty low on durability, and these are definitely not worth repairing. It'll just break, actually. So don't put the resources into trying to repair something that's not over 100. You'll just be sad. Eric's is made out of wood. We'll take apart some of that. That'll work. This is, of course, why the points in strength are really useful early on, and in particular the stamina. Even though I'm stuck on a rail, our car. So even though I have those points, I still prefer to mostly use the regular attack, just because the power attack uses a little too much stamina for my liking. Alright, starting to have to dip into our food supplies. What? Well, this might be our temporary base for the night. It's pretty small, though. That house is alright, but it's packed full of zombies. I know I've used that a lot of times, but lately it seems like the zombies have a really easy time spotting me on buildings, so I wanted to be on something much bigger, and at least out of cobblestone. So a nice big cement building is kind of the preference. Alright, so I got my first available skill point, and I actually like to go into advanced engineering so that I can craft a forge pretty much as soon as possible. Now, I'm not going to be able to do it until I actually find a broken forge in the world, or just gather up a whole bunch of other stuff. But alright, let's get all the nails we can. Man, we should have got one more. But Alright, step one, we're gonna grab this because we're actually gonna use it. Over here, nails. And we're gonna go over here, where's our frames? Frame. Oh, here we go. It's not a lot, but it's enough to get us on top of a building. Put this here. We don't really have a use for it yet. We'll put this here, and didn't get enough storage for anything. We don't need those. These are not important right now. 2 hours left. Frames. Oh, yeah. While I'm here, get 4 more of these, 5 more sharp stones. Get these in our inventory, make a primitive handle. Get this in our inventory, make a stone axe head. It's kind of a shame I didn't get just one more skill point out of I didn't get a construction skill point, because that would give me a slightly better axe. And also, I'd be doing just enough damage to only have to hit a lot of things once or twice. Oh, actually we did get a skill point, so now it's a level 2, which is not a big difference, but it is a difference. And I do 25 block damage to wood, so I only got to hit it twice. I know the bear den wouldn't be super bad. I mean, obviously I don't want to go play with the bears. I realize I can get to the loot real easy, but I don't really like to do that. I like to clear it. Oh. Alright, so this has a ladder to the roof already on it, which is not as ideal as I thought. Wait a minute. If this is... Oh, is this fluffy bottoms? 7 end. Any zombies gonna get mad when I go do this? I hear zombies. These are only 2 hits now instead of 3. Not a big deal, but alright, so step 1 made zombies mad. There's a hatch there. There's a stupid bird. We'll let that guy open that. Alright. And I am getting hungry, so let's get a little easy food in me. Alright, alright. Hour of game time. I do like Bell's Bakery. It's a nice solid building. Actually, I don't really... Oops. Yeah, I think I'm just going to frame up to the top of that building. Whoa. Clear any zombies off the roof and cower on top of it for a while. Oh, I missed. Oh, I'm tired. Alright. I just realized I should have brought the personal workbench with me, since I'm kind of wandering away from home. But do I got enough? I got the wood. I got lots of sticks. Okay, I can just make another. I was gonna want to have 2 handy anyway. One that's just kind of sitting there for handy use, and one for carrying with me, because if you need to make a stone axe or a pickaxe, or even a repair kit, doggos would actually be an alright place to camp for the night as well. Get the Mac 10. That's a waterworks over there. However, Doggos probably has either a wolf or one of those rabid dogs on it, so don't want to really go there just right now. Alright, so we only got our 3 blocks, but 3 blocks is enough to achieve our goal. Now, we could nerd pull, but it doesn't work. If you attempt to jump and place... Oh, I did not plan this well. If you attempt to jump and place at the same time, it's going to eat the frame. So you'll lose a frame. Alright, this'll work. Hey zombie, hope you don't notice. Not gonna have a lot of time to clear out anything on the roof, so hopefully nothing on the roof. I think if we just crouch for a while, we'll be able to get that zombie to lose interest in us. The good news is that early day non-Horde Night zombies probably can't beat through enough cobble overnight to really be an issue. However, you might be able to make a path up to the roof here. Okay, so we got a bird and a zombie. Oh god, not a lot of time. Okie dokie. Oh man, I don't even know if there's any zombies up in that other place. So it's gonna get dark here, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that down. If I had the bow, I could probably one-shot this guy. Oh man, he's got a lot of health. I could probably one-shot this guy with the bow, but I didn't carry it because I hate the primitive bow. Success. Alright. So now, relatively safe. Tomorrow I'll clear this thing out properly. This is going to be our base. So, oops. Thinking about where I could put this land claim block, but I don't know for sure if that place over there is empty. I don't really want to start a fight at nighttime right now. I mean, I don't really have the weapons for it. But we can do, oh. We'll go ahead and get this guy's bones. And, I believe we need 8 cordage for a workbench. And it's like 35 sticks, which we already have a whole bunch of. Alright, personal craft station. Like I said, having a couple of these doesn't hurt. There's a lot of stuff you can make at it that, you know, it makes sense. Like cobblestone, which I'm going to use a ton of, can be made on these, and that having 2 of them is, of course, very helpful. So now, got enough garbage bags. Let's get this going. I don't hear any more zombie pounding on the wall, so that guy didn't actually see me and seems to have gotten sidetracked into something else. So I have this tarp. This is used in a couple of different useful things. One of the main ones is rain catchers, but there's a few other things that they're used for. You use it to load a rain catcher. I got salt. This is actually going to be something that I really want for quite a while into the game. It's used to make jerky, which is one of the easier to make decent foods. That's a dirty one, so that's not full. These are kind of useless to me right now. Got a little bit of iron. Of course, this is more storage. These are worth 8 bags, and let's do on face. I'll just put it on the wall. Starting to hear a lot of zombies down there. It's not as much space as a garbage bag, but it's pretty much free, and all space is useful. So these you only get bone fragments from corpses, but you can use these to make bones. It takes 3 to make them, and you can also get actual bones from bathtubs, the goopy bathtubs. Alright, so now we're just going to go over here. Let's take a look outside. What do we got going on? Ooh. Alright, well somebody saw me. That wasn't good, but maybe he won't notice. It's probably dumb to jump by that. I should move that torch. We got a fair number of zombies. That's a departed lady. Alright, I need to go be out of sight. Alright, so that's a tier 5 over there. You can tell by the green smoke, and if you walk in it, you're going to take radiation damage. And getting to a hazmat is a kind of a late game thing. The recipe for hazmats is hidden behind all of the journal quest, which is right here. We need to gather twine and leather strips, which is something that we'll do right away. This is actually, I mean, I want to go to the trader, but this journal is actually much more important than that for now. The zombies are still pounding on something, so I shouldn't have gone and peeked over that wall. Kind of afraid to go over there in case there's zombies. Now, I did set the day length to be 20 hours, so it's only going to be nighttime until 2 a.m. So, you know, I mean, good luck beating through all the cobblestone that this building's made of in that time, zombies. Probably going to need a shovel here pretty soon, but I'm not going to make it. I might just end up, you know, it's pretty common to find useful quality tools higher than you can craft. I wonder if I can... Yeah, I think I could make it up on the roof from that, although I'd have to put a frame down there. Oops. Alright, I apparently got spotted because I was over there. Oh. I should be making sure this is not... Okay, that made more people mad. Let's just go, let's go cower in the corner over here like a proper scared adventurer. Now, of course, if you look in our bottom left, we've got a 8 for our stealth, which pretty much means that the zombies can't really see me, but they're already aware of me, so they're gonna try to beat their way up here. But they'll get bored after about a minute. Hopefully.